Hello ladies and gentlemen, and otherwise, what's up? My name is Devious. We have completed Endwalker, and I took a break from staring at credits to go talk with the lads. And I wanted to bring y'all back to see the after party, so here we go. Like, comment, sub, etc. YouTube, shilling, blah blah blah, Discord link down below. Let's do this. That last instance was amazing. It was so much catharsis for me. But okay. Let's get through this. I have been told that it is perfectly safe to skip through these, so let's just do it. And I'm going to get through all of this bit, hopefully in one shot, and just round off the last of it. Soak in. They told me to be ready to take screenshots. I see why. Mr. Headshot. Hey guys. Ah, I missed it. They put us in the credits. This feels so good.
Dearest mother, dearest father, this letter will be the very last that I write to you from the rising stones.
Damn, it's been a while.
As I commit these words to parchment, I fondly recall my journey as a scion. From the time I first walked into the Order's former halls, to the time I set forth to forestall the final days. At the farthest reaches of the Sea of Stars, we fought the battle of our lives. Fought against despair itself. A veritable maelstrom of it, fed by the resignation that dwelled in the hearts of beings not so unlike ourselves. Full oft have I harbored the same malaise. Have I been brought to my knees, crushed by the weight of sorrow and defeat, convinced that I will never rise again. However, I have also known many moments of unbridled joy and happiness. By this truth do I find hope within, blooming resplendent, like the Elpis flower. And thus do I endure. Do I look forward to creating more memories with my friends and loved ones. For from these fertile seeds, yet more hope shall spring forth. And they will grow to become shining lights that illuminate the dark.
It's good to be home.
Thus believing, I leave the rising stones behind, as will my comrades. For, as we have decided, after careful deliberation, we are disbanding the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Kinda saw it coming.
There you are, Alphino.
But it does still kind of hurt.
Everyone is already gathered in the foyer.
My apologies. I'll be right there.
Might disband it, but we'll always be a family.
At least, that is what the story will be.
There we go. Didn't quite believe it. Ain't done yet.
Sorry to keep you all waiting.
What could you possibly have left to do now?
This is surreal.
Oh, just a letter.
I imagine it will be a while before we can gather like this again.
So it must be, if we're to keep up appearances. From now on, it falls to the Grand Company of Eorzea and its allies to deal with the realm's crises.
Meanwhile, we shall return to our erstwhile ways.
Back to the shadows.
Retreating from plain sight to take our place in the shadows once more.
Indeed. For the foreseeable future, I expect that we must work independently as we seek out problems that want for solving. But a day will come when we face another great challenge, and we will face it together, as we always have.
Ori Boulder, always ready to
I
go.
look forward to that day. I do hope it doesn't come anytime soon.
Yeah, if I could get a few weeks off, that would be nice.
Well, formal association or no, if any of you should require my services, you need but ask.
Have I mentioned how much I love Estinien? Like, all of the Scions have gone through character growth that is genuinely significant, and it makes me so happy. Because Estinien could so easily have been the brooding edgelord, and I've said this before, but he genuinely cares, and he's not afraid to show it. Sometimes, anyway.
I'll be glad to keep my lance arm honed.
I'll hold you to that. So you had better keep your link pearl on hand.
So you really mean to stay, Tataru?
Oh, someone has to keep the rising stones in proper order. And even a super secret organization requires a super secret base of operations.
Oh crap.
To the rest of the world, it will be naught more than a workshop for Eorzea's foremost up-and-coming artisan.
Hell yeah!
If you thought our coffers were full to bursting before, just wait till I can devote myself wholly to the crafts.
Oh no. Tataru going full Omnicrafter now, boys.
Plotting to build a mercantile empire to rival that of Lord Loporrits, are we?
Rival? Come on, Alize. Give Tataru a little more credit than that.
I, for one, look forward to your future successes, Tataru, as do I our next meeting.
And with that, I believe it is past time you all made ready to depart. Leave no preparations undone or words unsaid, all right? Now, off with you.
Away we go. All right, let's go through them. Ariange. Luna that has spoken with our comrades. I'm working through it. Though this parting be not forevermore, 'tis nonetheless an occasion for sorrow. Akin to a pixie's path, the navigation of such farewells is a perilous endeavor indeed. For their part, however, the Loporrits embark upon a new beginning. Though bereft of its purpose as a vessel, the moon yet remaineth hospitable for the creatures of Aetheris. Thus do our lunar visitors convene with the Forum, intent upon assigning some new and beneficial role to our solitary satellite. Yet ere that may come to pass, there is much and more each party must learn from the other, a process which doth promise to be eventful indeed. To that end, a cadre of Loporrits hath gleefully dispersed across the lands in the name of mutual understanding. Hydaelyn, 'tis said, did imbue them with her love for all things born of this star. And 'tis Vanna's own nature, I believe, which doth manifest in this irrepressible and inexhaustible curiosity of theirs. That's in the Zem. Having witnessed that which they strove to achieve, I wish most keenly for their long labors to be rewarded, that their abiding affection for man result in a boon for all. Moreover, I hope to continue our acquaintance and share in such knowledge as they see fit to impart. Acquaintance? I call it a friendship. I did not wish to presume. I would be honored should they consider me a friend. I think they consider all Eorzeans a friend, or all people of Aetheris a friend. Which is certainly true that I have grown fond of their company. Aww. Ariange and the Space Rats. That's rude, but still, they're adorable. But I shall digress no further. This day should belong to the scions of the seventh dawn, to mine incomparable companions. Oft times hath mine reticence caused thee grief, and mine actions spurred allies to suspect betrayal. And yet, here amongst you I still stand, no amount of words could express my gratitude for thine acceptance and forgiveness. Thus instead, I do prefer my humble support. Be it unto the deepest abyss or the highest heavens, even if I must needs founder across stormy seas, ever shall I answer thy summons. The significance of that with Ariange, who has a deep fear of water, is not lost on me. Alize? Luna, you've seen to your preparations, have you? Just making another sweep of my belongings. Wouldn't want to find I've forgotten something halfway to my destination. Where are you off to? As you haven't heard, we've received new reports detailing the devastation caused by the final days. It appears the situation is gravest in the lands surrounding the Bounty, where the sky first began to burn. After that, the calamity was observed in the far north, in Garlemald and frozen lands beyond. We also had reports of the heavens catching fire in isolated locations, one of which was an area in the northern Empty. Had our quest taken any longer, Charlene too may have come under threat. Thank goodness it's over now. To be sure, blasphemies and lesser beasts may still be roaming about, but these localized crises should be well within the capabilities of each nation to handle on their own. The scions are no longer needed. Which isn't to say that we won't help out where we can, of course, as individuals. No more of this order business. For my part, I'll be heading to Garlemald with Alpha now. They were among the worst affected and still need the help, all the help they can get. Expected nothing less. It won't be easy. Yeah. An inevitable part of aiding those in need is coming face to face with tragedy. Knowing it doesn't make it any easier, though. That I'll curse my weakness, my inability to fix every problem and save every lost soul. But no matter how much it hurts, I won't give up. I'll do what I can for as many people as I can, begrudging no effort. And should I find myself discouraged, I'll remember you. Think back fondly to one of your many moments of triumph and accompanying determined expression. Even those that still annoy me in retrospect, like when you activated the teleporter without warning. Should you hear about me, I want you to remember too. Remember that I'm out there somewhere trying my very best. Oh, they gave me hard choices. For once, no sarcasm. I look forward to hearing all about the legendary Alizé Leveilleur. Not that I'm trying to become famous or anything. That being said, next time we meet, I'll be vastly improved, so don't be surprised when you find yourself marveling at me. Have I mentioned how much I love the family they built for us? Okay, this has to go in a certain order. Alpha knows last. Oh, Luna, how are you feeling? Any lingering aches or pains? I'm good. Can't apologize enough for sending Xenos to find you in Ultima Thule. Oh no, he was a help, actually. And I needed that. I genuinely needed that. When he came to me and Charlene, I was truly torn. As ever, there was only one thing on his mind. It forced me to make a decision. I reasoned that if he should not be deterred from seeking you out, he might at least aid us in our cause, and so I struck a bargain. In the end, he was true to his word, and you defeated him despite your earlier exertions, but knowing the state you were found in, it could have ended very differently. No, it couldn't. My decision almost cost you your life, and no words could express the remorse I feel. No, thank you for doing that. You did the right thing. Ooh, legs falling asleep. It's a relief to hear you say that. Thank you. Time and time again, I've been made to feel woefully inadequate. I wasn't much use in battle, nor could I face the forum without my nerves getting the better of me. It always fell to you and the others. Yeah, but just like Tataru, you do a lot of the background work. And no one else could channel Heidelin to kind of help us out and nudge us along as you have, so... I mean, whether innate gifts or just smarts helping us out, like I said, it's the same as Tataru. We need people working in the background. You've saved our asses more than once. I must and will do better. And I shall begin with restoring the students of Baldessian. Through our work, Charlene will strengthen its ties with other nations, that we may be better prepared to face whatever threats arise in the future. Of course, this isn't something I can accomplish alone, but thankfully I have the staunchest of help in Raha and Ojika, and our other remaining members. Together, we'll continue Grandfather's work. Well, I know where Raha's going. As before, certain commissions will take us to dangerous locales, and we may need to call upon seasoned adventurers. Hell yeah! In such times might you be willing to assist us? Of course! Not because you feel obliged, mind you, but because you feel a lure for the task itself. Obviously! Marvelous. Should something of interest arise, I shan't hesitate to reach out to you. Until that day, I shall endeavor to become more dependable comrade. Plenty dependable as is, bro. Oh man, they're really taking us through everybody. Thancred? My man! Dadcrid? Ah, companion and savior. I was beginning to think my chance for an audience would never come. That sounded more amusing in my head. Speaking of heads, I was worried about yours, and the rest of you for that matter. On the mend, I trust? Yeah, I'm good. Glad to hear it. You were in a bad way, and healing magics or no, I'm impressed how swiftly you recovered. Then again, it's hardly the first time you've cheated death. Your strength of will has never failed to astonish me. Look at what we've accomplished. Midi undefeated, her Song of Oblivion cut short, the source and all her reflections delivered from the final days. If you had faltered at the last, then all hope would have been lost, but you held fast. Now Reen has a tomorrow to look forward to, and I could ask for no greater gift than that. I gotta find a way to get y'all back to the first. As for a lesser gift, however, the next time you see her, I would appreciate you not describing my travel plans with Urianger as aimless wandering. Oh, so you and Urianger are going together. Okay. We've a purpose in our roaming, after all, keeping an eye on things in the absence of the scions on the world stage. There will never be an end to the little problems that go untended by nations. We will do our best to help out where and when we can. Which I suppose is an approach not far removed from aimless wandering when you get down to it. Perhaps you could tell her that I am faring well and leave it at that, eh? I got you. I heard things. No need to mention this feeling of being uprooted. I've never been one to stand still for long, but when I think of home, 'tis the rising stones which comes to mind. How many times did we set out from this base, thence to return when our work was done? On the day the scions came together, I only hoped for Minfilia to find a place where she belonged, but never did I expect to find one here for myself. Indulge me, Lena, I have a question for you, and imagine Minfilia herself is asking. Are you glad you joined the Scions? Best decision I ever made. I can honestly say the same. But all good things must come to an end, at least for a time. Should you need a helping hand for infiltration or reconnaissance, you know who to ask. I'll come running, and you'll likely get a certain funny-talking fortune teller into the bargain. Ah! Oh, that was so good. They really know their player base, man. This is so cool. Estinien, what do you got for me? Oh, music changed. Of course, Vieira, gotta do the lean. You have something to say, then out with it. Just worried how you earn your keep now. Just wondering how I earn my well, I know what I'm doing, but what are you up to? You talk as if the Scion's dissolution was more than mere pretense. There may be fewer calls to action, but we should be compensated as before. Why are you so concerned for me anyway? Because you're essentially a brother at this point. In any case, I do not want for options, even if some are worse than others. No sooner did Amric hear about our disbandment than he offered me a position as a guardsman in the Imperium district. As a former Azure Dragoon, I'm guaranteed to be popular, he said. What does he take me for? Even without his meddling, I'm perfectly capable of finding employment, and have! Some days ago, a Haunish envoy arrived with word from Vritra. The worm requests my presence as soon as things have settled here. He didn't deign to mention why I'm needed, but it pertains to dragons, like as not. In Thavnir, like elsewhere, the phenomena caused by the final days abated when you defeated Medion. Though it was too late for those who have already transformed, life is beginning to return to normal for the survivors. Of those who sought refuge in Sharlayan, most have already returned home. But many do not have a home to return to, nor loved ones. By an arrangement between Vritra and the Forum, such souls may remain in Sharlayan if they wish to work and study. Vritra was always the satrap in truth. It's gratifying to see him become one in name as well. One who has the complete confidence of his people, if the envoy's tone was any indication. Good. I often find myself speaking favorably of dragons of late. Not so long ago, would have assumed his benevolence hid ulterior motives, but 'tis clear he cares for his people, and they in turn revere him. To know such a nation may flourish is comforting. Vritra's kin sought release from conflict, so weary were they of the suffering it wrought, they surrendered to oblivion. But Midgard-Summer didn't give up, and in hope he made the journey into distant Aetherius with its clutch of eggs. And though his progeny went to be embroiled in conflict with men, there were times when they transcended hatred to abide in harmony. That is their legacy and their triumph. In my lance I feel the weight of their struggle and the strength of their resolve, and it lends me strength. These things I might never have learned had I not joined you. Should you ever have need of me, I will come. At the very least, it might be an opportunity to earn coin. I didn't expect Estinien to talk that much, but fair enough. Stola? Isn't this the song that played in, like, when we were visiting Matoya in that area? God, they really do like to take us on a ride with music and everything. God, I love this game! Oh, are we saying our farewells too? I hadn't, at present, planned a journey of any great length. Not that I am averse to a moment or two of quiet reminiscence. In fact, there was something I'd been meaning to ask you, something that has been in my thoughts since the last flames of the final days subsided. What you got? During our travels, we've witnessed more than a lifetime's worth of oddities and spectacles, more than can be easily recalled or remembered. And nestled among those memories are certain essential facts, the history of Aetherius and the ancients, glimpses of the Ea, of their culture and philosophy. Rather than simply hoard such treasures in my mind, I wonder if I should not be disseminating them into informal records for wider consumption. When needed, I have penned reports and prepared briefings, but ever have I balked at the idea of binding the subject of my studies in a book or tablet. Truth is given shape and interpretation. When we seek to capture it in our words, it is invariably molded to fit a narrative, no matter how well-intentioned the rendering. An event is described as sad, a summation which fails to express the emotional complexity, yet the word on the page is what endures, a pale shadow of reality. Throughout history, some have deliberately embellished the truth, but I believe many, if not most, deviations are the result of similar linguistic shortcomings, piling upon piling one upon the other until the end result is unrecognizable from the origin. Which is why I fear writing an account in my own words would be akin to diluting fine wine with water. You gotta trust in your eventual readers. Yet even with the potential for corrupted meaning, I do of course realize the importance of keeping written records. Without them, my search for wisdom would be a painful affair indeed. But what say you to this matter? Should I take up the quill, reflect upon those experiences only we have shared, and seek to preserve them for prosperity or posterity? Is that even a question? Aye. Let them be read and remembered. No one better in the entirety of the scions to do it either. Very well then, shall endeavor to pen what I can of the Aya and the ancients, and of so many other wonders. But I am no scribe. It will be less polished work and more a recording of scattered notes. In any case, I feel much better for having sought your opinion. Left to our own devices, we tend to overthink such things. I will otherwise return to following where my curiosity leads. After all, a safe method of travel to the first yet eludes me, and our venture into the great expanse has prompted an entirely new set of questions. Should you stumble into the unknown or struggle with some impenetrable mystery, know that I am at your beck and call. They knew exactly what they were doing with that shot. Never hurts to see things from a new perspective, and mine is rather different than most. Yes, it is. I love this. I love this so much. Raha! Buddy! Oh, Luna, might you have a moment to talk? Hell yeah. With the sun stepping away from the public eye, I've been left to consider what new endeavors I might pursue. And after speaking with Krell, I've decided I will be assisting in her rebuilding of the students of Baldessian. Good to hear. Not only am I indebted to Master Gala for giving me a new home, but had our order never existed, I would never have set foot within the Crystal Tower. How different my life might have been. Yeah. I never have met you, never become caretaker of the tower, never become a scion. We might never have saved the first. We might have all freaking died in the next calamity. You gave me the chance to do so much good, and I hope to continue to do so with the students. For an added benefit, new mysteries often find their way to our doorsteps, mysteries that could prove ideal for fulfilling our promise to embark on a new adventure together, unlike any we've experienced before. They really are taking us on a ride with the music. Hell yeah! Whenever you have the time or inclination, my friend, I stand ready to accompany you into the unknown. I'd be glad to have you with me. Do you recall in the realm of the Omicrons when I asked if you thought I might someday be mentioned in your epic? Well, 'tis true that to earn a place at your side would be the stuff of dreams. In the end, nothing would give me greater joy than to stand with you in the here and now. Needn't be some grand endeavor. It needn't be a promise. Whenever adventure calls, I won't hesitate to invite you, and I hope that you will do the same for me. Without a second thought. I'll hold you to that. As much as we have already seen, there's still so much we haven't. Who knows, perhaps we will even encounter survivors of the Omicrons somewhere out there. After all, given how they took to the stars, it isn't implausible that some found themselves far from home. Should we encounter a wayward traveler awaiting commands that will never come? I would bid them seek adventure with someone, and with that partner find new purpose, a new dream. For if crystals can hold fast to dreams, why not Omicrons? Wherever your plans may lead, do not hesitate to send word. Should a commission of interest come my way, you'll be the first to know. I really like how they're setting up how we can essentially just call them in later stuff, and maybe in side content as well. God, I love this game. What's the music going to be here? Ah, they knew from the start. Oh, Luna, pray forgive me for delaying the gathering. God, I love that guitar. I was writing a letter, you see, to my parents. As busy as Father has been, tending the aftermath of the Exodus, he has been good enough to show concern for the Scions. And besides, I've made them worry enough for a lifetime. Henceforth, I will endeavor to write as often as I am able. A little effort to set their minds at ease while we continue to be away from Charlene. Both Alizé and I are off to assist Garlemald's recovery, you see. Though uncertainty remains over what will become of the nation, we cannot well leave the capital in its present state. Suddenly hiccups out of nowhere. Are you serious? Had to happen. We will rejoin those members of the Ulcebar contingent still stationed there. Lucia and Maxima helm the relief effort with support from our allies, the people of Garlemald among them. I'm so glad to finally see that squared away. Seriously, when Euless came storming over that hill or whatever it was, with a whole contingent of Garlean troopers, War Machina and everything, that was... God, I love that moment so much. And they did not hesitate at all. They just came storming in full throttle. Protect the survivors, kill the monsters. Go, go, go! No hesitation. Ah, such a cool moment. They will gradually be joined by those who have finished treating the tempered across the lands. Lest you misunderstand, we do not seek redemption for failing Estinien and her sister. That is a burden we must always bear. Nay, we go because of the truth in Lord Quintus's words. The truth that whatever ideals individuals may espouse, nations are not moved to action unless they stand to benefit. For the foreseeable future, the fallen empire will be at the mercy of both internal and external forces. And though I do not doubt the intentions of the contingent, with greater powers involved in the relief effort, our allies may well find themselves drawn into a political agenda. In going, we seek to ensure that the needs of the people come first, to understand their hearts, that we might better help them to begin anew. Best right, me too, boy. Write you letters. Of course I would be glad to do so. But I would be gladder still were you to come and visit, and I believe I speak for Alizé as well. For fairly as long as I've been in Eorzea, you've been at my side, watching over me in good times and bad. How many times have we gathered to share tidings? None could possibly keep count. How many times? The world is changing and will continue to do so, yet no matter what the future brings, I hope that I can ever look to you, in good times and bad, as a dependable comrade and dear friend both. Thank you, Lena, from the bottom of my heart. Alphino's always been there with us, like from the start. Through the Waking Sands when he was still a little shit. To the Rising Stones when he was still a little shit, but now in command of the Crystal Braves. And then that whole debacle and going to Arshafan and the Falling Snows. All through Ishgard. Alphino's been with us from the start. Damn it. Oh, 40 minutes in. Alright. Here we go. Spoken your fill, have you? If so, I'm thinking to send everyone off. With your permission, then. Your attention, please. At risk of spoiling the mood, the time for departure is upon us. In my capacity as your receptionist, I bid you all safe journeys. Till next we meet, be well. Heroes? I get Argos. Oh, we get Footfalls and Flow. One last send-off. Tatara wouldn't have it be any other way. Real. Squads going their separate ways, and damn, it feels good.
I suppose we're off to Garlemald then. Though we ought to speak with Lord Emmerich first. If he's received word of any recent developments, we need to know.
Good plan.
'Twould be prudent to purchase some warmer clothes at least. Mayhap we can pick up a few souvenirs for Euless and the others while we're at it.
Where will you all be heading next?
Dravania. There is a book I've been meaning to borrow from the Great Google Library. And I can think of at least one person who will be most displeased should I fail to visit before leaving.
Yep.
We've no particular destination in mind, but we do intend to stop in Sharlayan before we set off.
We had thought to ask after the Loporrits. I am curious as to how well those who chose to remain are adapting to their changed circumstances.
Might we accompany you then? Raha and I were planning to return to the Baldessian Annex.
Commissions have been piling up in our absence, and they must be dealt with ere we begin our work in earnest.
Estinien, you will return to Radzat Han, will you not?
Aye. For Vritra's benefit, though I've yet to hear the details. I may not stay long.
I see. Then it is here the Scions at last part ways. Each to some far-flung corner of the realm.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
Perhaps. But I believe one of our number, a rather important one at that, has yet to divulge her plans.
Please give me the option. Or just do it. Either or.
Quite right.
Smart.
Indeed.
Fair point.
Is the Endwalker theme?
So, what's next for our humble adventurer?
Wherever the hell I end up, there's always more to do. Stand tall, my friend. Our journey will never end. That was directly from Yoshi P. I have no doubt. Back in Elpis? What?
The constancy of this place never ceases to amaze me.
Elidibus.
An ocean of souls, shimmering and eternal.
Don't put the question marks there. We all know who this is.
And yet, something stirs.
Is this the raid?
Yes. Steeped in darkness, deep as starless night. The beast hungers.
I remember hearing Elidibus very early on in this particular bit, like when we first got to Elpis. Or maybe it was Vana, I don't remember.
Alas, I dare not investigate in earnest before the coming of my guiding star, as she foretold.
Huh. Oh, you can't just not show us his eyes, man. Come on.
We shall descend to the depths, you and I, to confront the dread beast Pandemonium.
It is the raid. I've heard about it quite a bit.
Oh, the sights we shall see. The sights we shall see.
I didn't know it was with him. You've completed the main scenario quest Endwalker. Quests to unlock new content have become available in Old Charlian. Initially, you may enter the dead ends with a party of NPCs. Nice. Rest well, champion of Aetherius, for many and more adventures await you. And its chorus might ring for all. Oh, damn. That was a journey. So, I just went to the bathroom just now, and then I turned to see this. Hell yeah. First of all, let's do that. Ooh. Savage Might 10, you say? Ooh. There was another thing that we got. And I don't remember what it is. There was a fourth thing. Yeah. Come on, you know who this hero is. Is that Vana? I don't know, I can't tell. Gotta go to your boy. Yes! The dogs of peace. Well, that was a journey. Well, we started up here, and I suppose we'll end it up here. Or rather, this is where we ended Shadowbringers. Always back to the Rising Stones. So, to give my thoughts on the last of that quest, I don't know what to say. Endwalker as a whole is just, they did so much to wrap up the story, and it's so good. This is genuinely one of the best stories that I have ever heard or witnessed in a video game, or at all, honestly. The team just blew it out of the park, and they wrapped up so much so well, and I already know that there's a bunch of side content that wraps up a whole bunch of other stuff so well. And genuinely, to the Chaos crew present, to those who can't be here because of work reasons or whatever, to anyone who just joined in on the journey, even if you're not in the Discord, to everyone who's viewed, thank you so much. I'm not shy about saying this. I do want to do YouTube as a full-time job. That would be my end game, but this is what it would be about, so I can do stuff like this more often and without interruption. And having some trouble finding a space there, homie. Is that kinda fair enough? But yeah, I genuinely thank you to everyone present. I gotta get a shot of this. But it really means a lot that you guys have viewed and subscribed, and to those of y'all who have signed up for the membership, thank you so much. For anyone who has thrown gifts or whatever at me, I really appreciate every bit of it. And I wouldn't have made it this far without y'all. I definitely wouldn't have bothered to record Endwalker if you guys hadn't been so fervent in the comments and so excited every time you left me something. And even in the Discord, the people who are there, it really does feel like I'm coming home whenever I hop in just to see what someone has said. And to the guys who have told me stuff about what the Discord and this apparently family that I built up means to y'all, that was my goal from the start. I wanted to build a place where everyone could be comfortable, where everyone could have a home. And I'm glad I'm at least on the right start for that. So thank you, everyone who's joined, and thank you everyone who will see this afterwards. Thank you to the devs for making this absolutely amazing game to bring us together. So with that, this very last time, for now, very last time, wink. Thank y'all so much for viewing. If you enjoyed, drop me a like and a comment down below. I do love seeing every one of them, and I try to respond to every single one. If you guys would like to see more, because you know I am not done yet. There's so much more to see in this game and many others. And I hope all of you can join me on the journey that I'm going to get on. Because I will never leave Final Fantasy behind. I can't at this point. It means too much to me. And the people that I've met mean too much to me. So, thank y'all so much. If you would like to see more, subscribe, bell icon, etc. And if you would like to join us personally, there's a Discord link down below. Hop in and just pop into a voice chat or say hello. The family is very welcoming to newbies, so, or even people who just want to hang out. And I couldn't ask for any better. Thank you guys once again. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. And I will see y'all next round.